searched it up on YouTube, and then I found Murph from 2015, I think it was.
Oh man.
When the people got like everything, and I saw this, and I was like so intrigued, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do this.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah. And I showed it to my mom, and because I was like super excited, I'm like, look at this, it's so cool. And she was like, what are they doing? They're hurting. They're like, you're not gonna.
But I don't have a cloud with Zoom, so it doesn't make sense. I wonder where it's recording when I click that, because I don't think I have like created a cloud for that thing, but whatever. Leah, is it Leah or Leah?
It's Leah.
Leah.
Yeah.
All right. And how do you say your last name?
In Norwegian, it's like Storen.
Storen.
Yeah, almost. But I mostly just say Storen in English because it's.
Yeah. Yeah, because I watched your interview with the Morning Chalk Up from I think it was last year, and I was wondering, is that the correct pronunciation for the name?
Probably not.
Probably not. But I always love that you will experience that if you go to the semis. When you go to the semis, Yeah. When you go to the semis, if Mads Jacobsen is in the commentary booth, he will do his best to say your name correct. I always love that.
Yeah, that's nice. Somebody sent me like this form to fill out with info and stuff, and there you actually had this button where you could record your name so that they would
really
pronounce it right. So that was kind of nice.
That's funny. So you record it on a phone, or you sent them an audio file and then?
I haven't done it yet. I actually just reminded me of it now, so I have to do it. Yes, but
that's awesome.
Just pretend like he'll just take whatever they call him.
Or you can make something up, like you take your name and it pronounces like completely like historic.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that instead.
That would be funny. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, but I had Bella Martin on the show. She's an MC for Wodapalooza and stuff, and she always does her best to pronounce the names right. And she had that crazy name from I think it was a Spanish girl or something, and it was like 4 names, and it was like I couldn't, like, she told it, and I was like, so what?
Yeah, that's very hard to pronounce.
Yeah, but for the athlete, it was like really cool to hear her name pronounced correct on the floor. Like she was expecting something ridiculous, but then it came out correct, and she was like really impressed by her.
It's really nice that they put in the effort, though. That's
cool. Yeah. So, where in Norway did you grow up?
I grew up in Molde, which is like
Molde.
Molde. It's a little bit.
Let me see where this is.
North.
Is this up in the north?
Like north is more north than Oslo, so it's like in the middle of the country, while Oslo is more south.
Oh yeah, I see.
Do you find it?
Yeah, I find it on the map. Is that on the how do you say that? That area, the Lofoten?
Oh no, it's a little bit more that.
Oh yeah.
I've been to
I found it. I've been to Norway like once in my life, but I haven't traveled up further than Trondheim. Oh, Trondheim is even more north than Molde.
Yeah, it's like pretty close. So
yeah,
we're south on that, but pretty close.
Cool. How many people live there?
It's like 25,000 maybe. So it's not a lot.
Yeah. And now you're in Oslo?
Yes, with everybody. Everybody lives in Oslo now.
Everybody from the CrossFit space, or like basically everybody in Norway?
Basically everybody. No, basically everybody in the CrossFit community. Everybody
Yeah.
lives in Oslo now, so
Yeah.
people have been from a lot of different cities.
Yeah, it's crazy. The environment you guys train in must be so crazy with all that
Yeah.
high level athletes. I'm just like, I had your boyfriend on, I think 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me that you have some ridiculous number of teams like competing in the quarterfinals, and I was like 13 or something, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how many there was, but I know like 6 or 7 teams actually got through to the semifinal.
Wow, 7 teams. That's insane.
That's a lot of people.
Wow. And all you guys from the individuals. How many individuals are going to the semis?
I think they're like 4 girls. It's me, Matilde, Andrea, and then there's like it's us 3 from Oslo, and then also the hair, but she's going to the one in Asia, and but she's like trains with us. And then I think there's a few others that's like not from Oslo, but comes here to train. So it's quite. Then there's all the guys. It's only Victor that goes individual, and then the rest of them goes team.
Yeah, that's interesting for me because like Victor is the first like male athlete, and he's pretty young too. So he's the first. For me, he's the first Norwegian like teen who can make a splash there this year.
Yeah.
Like you girls, it's always been like you always been like younger when you crush the scene, but like this year the males, I think we're gonna see some surprises like from the teens. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
Is Jacqueline Dahlström also Norwegian?
Yeah, she's Norwegian, but she lives in Eufka and trains there as well. But yeah, she represents Norway.
Oh yeah. And she's also going, or isn't she? I haven't followed her.
Yeah, she's also
Oh man, we have to talk about the semifinal. It's going to be so insane. How many good athletes are there?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are you like, how many people do live in Oslo? I think it's close to 600,000 or 700,000.
Yeah, I think so too. I was about to say 1 million, but I think that was way too much. But yeah, I think a little bit more accurate.
Have you been to like a huge city like Berlin? Like we have like 3 or 4 million over in Berlin. Have you been to a place like that?
Yeah. I've been a lot to Geneva. There, so I've been there a lot. So I've been to like bigger cities than Oslo, but compared to Molde, everything is very big.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Are you 20 or are you 19? 19? Yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching the Morning Shock Up, and you were like, I think you turned 19 there, some weeks before the interview, and I was like thinking, is she still like 19 or is she turned 20 now?
Yes, no. How old was I? Did I turn 19?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it in 2022?
I think it was 2021 or so. I don't know. It was the only video I could find on you.
Yeah.
But that's because you've been to the sports so young. Like how many years do you do CrossFit now?
I think I started in the end of 2020. I think like December 2020. So I basically started in 2021 for like real CrossFit. So not a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you're already at the level to the semis. That's insane.
Yeah.
But now my lighting is bad. I have to adjust this a little bit. Yeah. How do you find at the end of 2020? Was there Was there still a lockdown?
In Molde there wasn't, but in Oslo there was, because
Oh, okay.
our city we didn't have the same rules, so we could like
Hmm.
go to the. So I started because I did gymnastics, and then when the COVID came, I quit gymnastics, and then when it opened back up, I started to go to like a regular gym, and then I stayed there for a few months, and then slowly turned to CrossFit.
Hmm. And how did you find out about it?
It's actually a little bit funny because I went to this gym, and then I did like because I used to do gymnastics and I still wanted to like keep my skills. So when I was at this gym, which was like a regular gym with just people doing squats and bench and everything, so I wanted to do like squats and bench and run and handstand walk and toast bar. Like I wanted to do everything. And I think the people there thought I was crazy because I did like so many weird stuff, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was like working out for like 3 hours and having no idea. And then this guy came up to me and he like asked me straight out, like, do you do CrossFit? And I was almost offended about it. I was like, no, why would you think that? And home and searched it up on YouTube. And then I found Murph from 2015, I think it was.
Oh man.
When the people got like everything. And I saw this and I was like so intrigued, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do this.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah. And I showed it to my mom, and because I was like super excited, I'm like, look at this, it's so cool. And she was like, what are they doing? They're hurting. They're like, you're not gonna do this, it's not safe. And then I had to convince her to actually start. So yeah, that's how I found it.
Wow. That speaks for like the character you need to have in the sport. I think if your first impression is like Mur from 2015, when I think Annie and Kara Saunders got like destroyed, and you say, oh, that looks cool, I want to do that.
Yeah,
That's the spirit, you know.
it's the right mindset.
Yeah. But interesting. So the guy asked you if you do CrossFit, and you had no idea, and you said no, and then you looked it up.
Yeah, I was like, I heard about it, but I thought it was just like crazy people doing like top flips, and yeah, I didn't know what it was. So yeah, I'm very glad that it.
And why did you stop gymnastics in COVID? Was it just COVID, or did you think of stopping it before?
It was like I felt like I was, because in gymnastics you get old pretty quickly. So I was like, I think, and I felt like I was the oldest, a little bit old. And then we had some changes with the coaches, and I kind of felt like I have reached my potential, and then I wanted to like focus more on school, and I just felt a little bit like tired of it. And then when COVID came, it like came pretty naturally for me to just quit, and then just try to stay in shape. And yeah.
So it was like a sign, like, oh, okay, this is like a sign for me to finally quit it.
Yeah, kind of. It's like now it's okay, because now I have like a reason in a way.
Yeah, interesting. Since what age did you do gymnastics?
I started pretty late, like compared to the level I was on. I think I started when I was like 9. So I did a little bit of like dancing and stuff before that. So, and then we did a lot of gymnastics there. So I kind of did it a little bit before, but yeah, I didn't start until I think I was 9.
So 9 is like late. What is the usual like entrance year?
Oh, people are young. Like my friends at the gym, they all started when they were like babies, basically. They went parents, and then they like started from first grade and just continued all the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. Because I have a toddler, and I'm already thinking in my mind, what sports can I put him in?
like seriously, she will thank you. You get such a good body awareness and all the skills
Yeah.
that you learn. It's really good and it's really helpful for a lot of other things. So just put them there.
Yeah, I think so. Is it like I have no idea about gymnastics?
Mm.
Is it? But I in my head, I think I heard that the men and the women do different movements. Is that true?
Yeah, we have like different apparatus. So in male gymnastics, they have like rings and like parallel bars. And for females, we don't have that. We only have like bars, but we have beam, which is like this high, tall thing you do stuff on.
Yeah.
And so it's like a little bit like different because of like our physical abilities. So a lot of people think that I'm like really good in ring muscle up because I did gymnastics. And I'm like, no, because I didn't do rings, because females doesn't do rings in gymnastics. So yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So your first time touching a ring, would that be in a CrossFit class then?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I was really bad at it. Like that was a movement that took me a very long time to learn. And I did it really wrong in the beginning. I had like this false grip, and then I couldn't grip my hand around that. Like I had to like do the transition. Then I have to like let go of the ring. For some reason that took me so long to learn. I just wanted to like hold on and just twist my hand over. So I got like really bad shoulder pain because I did them so wrong. And then I learned it though.
Wow. So but the other gymnastic movements in CrossFit, were they basically like a joke for you? Were you like, okay, I can do this?
Yeah, ego was thinking like that. But I needed to like because in gymnastics I do the same things as like handstand walk and stuff. It's okay, but like bar muscle up, for example, we do like glide kip, and that's a no rep in CrossFit. So I had to like change my and also for some movements I needed to like build up the strength to do them correctly, because I just wanted to do everything in the beginning, and then I just got a lot of pain in my shoulders. So I had to like do a lot of strength work to just build up and then getting to do the movements. So the technique was easier to catch than the strength.
Yeah, I think like strengths, like basically is the hardest thing to gain, like in CrossFit. If you're not naturally strong, it takes the longest to build, like I think.
Yeah. I agree with you, but I know a lot of strong people, they disagree. They say like, oh, it's so hard to build conditioning, and so I think everybody has their things, and everybody has things they need to work on, and sometimes it feels really hard to improve, but consistency.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting because like basically I don't know how many % of the European athletes I had on a show have like soccer as a background. I think it's gonna be up in a 90%. even the girls, like basically all the males played soccer as a background, I think, and some girls too. But it's interesting for me to see like someone like you like having gymnastics as a background, so it's totally different athlete, I think.
Yeah, I never played soccer, and I'm really bad at everything that involves a ball, like soccer, handball, volleyball, anything. I'm so bad at it. But I also think coming from a gymnastics background, I'm more like of a conditioning person. But I think if I've done like, I don't know, handball or soccer, I probably have a little bit more power in me. So I'm a little bit sad to do it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But what was it that made you like fall in love with the sport so fast?
With CrossFit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the easy answer. It was the feeling after a hard workout, because like when I saw Murph, for example, and I saw that people were like so hard breathing afterwards and like dying, and I don't know why, but I felt like I wanted to have that feeling. I wanted to like do that, and to like push myself that hard. And when I came to a CrossFit box and the first workout was like AMRAP 12, and I got to push that hard, and afterwards I would just lie on the floor and like, I don't know, black out. That was like the best feeling for me. And that feeling, it's just, it's the best thing that I know. So it's definitely like, what keeps me going is this, the hunt for that feeling. Unfortunately, I don't get to feel it that often anymore because I only do squats, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw on your Instagram, you're building up.
Yeah, it's a lot
to
of
gain the
squats now.
strength. Yeah. Have you done more Murph? Murph?
Murph, actually, which is really sad, but I want to do it though. But I just because I pretty soon after I started CrossFit, only like I think it was like 1 month after, I got a coach. So he kind of like stopped me from doing 2 hours of conditioning every day and kind of just forced me to do squats and strength, and then I never got to do Murph. But yeah,
maybe it shows up. Maybe it shows up
in the semifinal.
That would be insane if they do Murph at the semifinal. That's my only concern for the semis, because they have so many athletes, like 60 athletes, and in 3 days of competition. That's my only concern, that they can't really test conditioning properly, because they have so many athletes in heats. Like it's not possible to do like a workout that's an hour long, I think, if you have like 10 heats. So it takes 10 hours then. So that's not possible for me, I think. So they have to do either something where all the athletes can do it in one heat. So that's my only concern for the semifinals. Other than that, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I'm really also really like a little bit concerned about that. I'm hoping that by putting in like sprints and power workouts, I'm hoping for one of those long, grindy, suffering workouts. So maybe some running or something that a lot of people can do at the same time. Maybe we'll see a marathon.
Yeah.
Maybe something.
Oh man, that's gonna be awful.
Yeah, maybe.
But Murph would be amazing. Like.
Yeah, and I like maybe, we don't know. So crossing my fingers for something like that.
But I think we can cross out Murph. It's not gonna be possible, I think, because I know the venue. I know the venue. Yeah, maybe they could like do Murph on a true farm. Yeah. Like put 60, because the venue isn't like that you have like a turf or something outside, so you can't really like run outside. So it has to be in the stadium. Yeah. And then the running part would be like hard to coordinate.
Yeah.
But it would be fun.
It would be really fun. So
they would have to build like a massive rig to put like 60 people on it in one place, or even 120.
Oh, that's crazier.
Yeah. What really interests me, like, are you that competitive from your gymnastic background, or why did you start competing in the sport so fast? Like,
I'm a very competitive person. For the people that knows me, they know like if it's anything that we can compete in, I will be down for it. Doesn't matter if it's stupid or not, I will be down and I will win. That's like my mentality. So I love to compete. And when I figured out that you could compete in CrossFit, it was no, like I wanted to do that straight away. I think the open that year was like 1 or 2 months after I started. So almost from the beginning, and I began with CrossFit, it was always talked about performing in the open, need to work on this and this for the open. I was like, what is the open? Like, what are you guys talking about? But I knew that there was some sort of competition. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. I don't know what it is, but I'll do it. So yeah, from the beginning, I was like, I want to compete.
And do you have a long-term goal with it? Like,
Yes.
What is
We
it?
want to go first. We need to go to the games. That is, of course, the ultimate goal. So that's what we're working towards.
Interesting. Because I'm asking, like, you're 19 and I'm like really amazed by all these young athletes like coming into the sports. Like we have like 16 years old and like Matt O'Brien and Emma Carey, they're so young. And I always wonder, like, okay, is this just like, is this a thing they do for the next like 5 years and then they have a normal career in some job? Or is this like, will we see these girls like for the next 30 years from now on? Like,
It's crazy. I think they started pretty young, so they already have like 10 years with the sport. So I think that they're just starting to show like what they can do, and I think it's going to be very interesting to follow them for the next years.
Yeah, but for you, like I'm asking myself, do you have like two roads? Do you study and have like a career in your background, and you have this CrossFit, and do you just see, okay, I'm gonna see how this path like will evolve in front of me and what opportunities come up, or do you have this plan in your head? Yeah, I'm gonna pursue this.
Yeah, I kind of have like two roads in a way, but right now, because I'm doing my last year of high school, so this or like I have a few months left and then I'm done, and then I will have a year, at least 1 year, where I just focus on CrossFit and competitions and just focus on that, and then I'll just see what happens. I have always, before I found CrossFit, I've always wanted to go into medicine, and it's really hard to combine medicine with CrossFit, so it's kind of impossible to do both at the level I want to be in. So what I figured out is that I need to take one thing at a time, and I also know that studying in medicine I can do anytime in my life, but CrossFit I need to like focus on right now when I can do it. So that's like what I have in my mind, and my family and supporting me, and so I have the opportunity, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So I'll take it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now more and more I see the connections to Andrea.
Yeah.
And I'm finally realizing why she is so hyped about you.
Yeah, she's my big sister, so
yeah.
It's really funny. We have a lot of the same similarities, and it's really great that we're such a good friends now.
Yeah, that's insane. Because I was asking her when I had her on a show, I was also asking her, like, with all these names and female athletes like in one place, like Matilde, Andrea, Seher, you guys all want the same thing. How is it not? How do you not kill each other at the training?
Yeah, it's I think it's just about the mentality that we want each other to succeed, and getting inspired by each other. And I think, like, especially if we like want to have a good atmosphere here, it's very important that everybody keeps, like, if you have some bad thoughts, or maybe like feel unmotivated or just having a bad period, then you try to like keep it for yourself and just focus on doing the best for everybody in a way. So I think we have a very good atmosphere here where everybody wants the best for everybody. And it's like, for me, like, I think this way, like, I want everybody to compete at their best, so that if or when I beat them, I know that it's because I'm better and not just because they didn't do as they could. So that's what I'm thinking. And it's also really funny when you see like so many Norwegians on the leaderboard, and like, it's so fun. We feel like we're on a team in a way. So that's great.
Yeah, have you already like chartered a plane to go to the semis like all together?
Yeah, we're going together, and me and Andrea and Victor and a few others were like taking the same plane and staying at the same hotel, and so it's like a group tour. Even though when we get there, everybody's gonna be like lasered focused on themselves. But I still think it's very important to have fun and just enjoy the experience as well. So it's gonna be very fun.
That's so funny. I think you could like charter your own plane and print like CrossFit Norway on the side, and then put the seven teams also within the plane, and then just go to Berlin.
Almost fill up that plane because there are a lot of people going.
Yeah. And then Sarah Sigmundsdottir will be the I think she did I think she did her like flight assistant or some education she did in the off season last year. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting.
She could be your plane assistant then.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
That's nice.
When did you move to Oslo? Last year you trained in Molde still, weren't you?
I moved in the last summer. So I finished my second last year at my school in Molde. I decided that I wanted to take my CrossFit to the next level. And then I figured out the best way to do that was to come closer to the best community. So that's why I moved. So I'm very happy that I did that.
So you already knew that all these girls and guys will be there, and that you want to do training in that environment.
Yeah, and then I also had my hair, so I knew that if I wanted to get the most out of it, I needed to be like closer and to get this feedback every day. And yeah.
Cool. And how does that go? Can you just, I don't know, can you just drop like Kristen a mail and say, hey, I'm this girl from Molde, I want to train with you guys? And then how does the application process works for CrossFit Oslo?
Yeah, it's like that. No, everybody are welcome to train here, so you don't need to like applicate anything. It's like you can just come here and sign up and you'll train. But because it's not like an official time or anything for the athletes to train. Like everybody trains when it fits them, and then luckily everybody have the same time so they can train together. So when I moved here that year, I did very well in the open. So a lot of people knew who I was because of that. And then so like when I came, a lot of people already knew who I was, and I think because of that people were very like welcoming, and I think they would have been anyway, but maybe a little bit extra because of that. So and also because I was a little bit young, and I was like, hello, all of you superstars, there I am, So, and then we're all very kind and welcoming. So I am very grateful for that. And if anybody is considering moving to Oslo, they're very welcome. So yeah.
I think it's an amazing city. I've been there once in my life, and it was like really like cool.
Yeah, it's really nice here.
I think yeah, I think so. Especially now. Back in the days, it was really expensive.
Yeah.
I think I've been there like 2011 or 10 or something. So way back.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time ago. You should come back, do some workouts here at CrossFit Oslo.
Yeah, I should do. Like the biggest thing that struck me in Norway was that everyone was speaking English. Like from the 90-year-old grandpa to the, I don't know, 7-year-old kid on the street, they all speak English. That was really impressive for me.
Yeah, it's when we go to other countries and people don't speak English, we're like, what is going on? So it's like it's really good. I think English is a very high prioritized in our school system, so it's easier than to comment stuff.
So everyone could help you out. Where's the supermarket? Where's this and that? Everyone could help you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but what are your goals for the semis? Is the semis the biggest competition you've been to so far?
Yeah, it will be. So I'm very excited for that. And it was a goal to qualify here, but we knew that because of usually in the last years we've seen that there has always been like a strength test in the in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people are doing the quarterfinals and a lot of these people are very strong, it could be like 400 people or 500 or even more beating me on that workout, and that could possibly take me out. Even though if I potentially won all the other workout, it wouldn't matter because I would be out. And so for the whole last year we basically only been working with my strength. So I felt that I was like not in shape and haven't done anything except for squats, but we had to do that if I didn't get stronger there would be no hope. So at the quarterfinals I felt like I really I've gotten better. Like last year or even just a few months ago I would have gotten 0 reps on the clean and jerk. So I was very happy that I got the reps that I did. And then I also saw that my other skills didn't go away only because I didn't focus so much on them. I still did pretty well on the things that I knew I could. So for semis, the goal is I want to perform good, but I want to just still see my improvements. And I'm continuing to working on my strength, and hopefully there will be a chance for me to show that in semis. And I'm also hoping for something that like really my wheelhouse. So burpee, handstand walk, muscle up, something like that. Just like the field, that would be really fun. So me and Andrea are crossing our fingers for some handstand walking.
Yeah. I think it's gonna show up because it hasn't so far, and all the handstand push-up variations already showed up. So I think we're gonna see something on our hands, I think, at the semis.
Yeah, there was handstand walk first event,
yeah.
But it was not enough. So I want to see the ramp. So we did the ramp with the weight vest. That would be fun. Yeah. And burpees, a lot of them.
Yeah, interesting.
There were burpees almost. So I think we need to have some more.
Do you know at which placement you qualified for the semis?
Yeah, I got 61.
Oh, really?
Backfield spot. Yeah, but
wow.
Yeah, my placement was like fluctuating a lot because I got the penalty on the last workout, and if it were for that, I would be in the like bottom 50 somewhere. So, yeah.
Do you know which girl dropped out and got you in?
I don't know which did it, but I know that Ingrid Hoddemeyer, she did the individual, but she was going team. So she was like sending me screenshots of, yay, now I declined, so you can go. And I'm like, yay. So yeah, there were a few other also that were not, that were going team, but they did it for fun or just to see where they were at. So yeah.
Cool. How many in-person competitions have you been doing? So far?
I've been quite a few like functional fitness competitions, and then I did last year I did one competition in Finland, and then I did I was supposed to do German because I did the qualifier, and I went down there, but then I got like so sick. So I also went, and I couldn't breathe because I was like really sick, so I had to do it. Yeah. And then me and Victor, we did this double trouble competition in the beginning of January. So I done some competitions, but this will be like the biggest.
Cool. So you've been to my hometown, Mainz, if you go to the German Frodan.
Yeah, it was nice there.
Yeah, it's a really nice city. Not so nice experience for you if you got sick, but but it's a nice place. Where's Double Trouble? Is that in the north somewhere? In Hamburg or
Cologne.
Cologne? Oh, okay.
So it was.
So have you been to Berlin before?
I don't think I've been there. No.
That's gonna be interesting for you because
Yeah.
Berlin is like basically like, I don't know if I would say it's not typical Germany.
Yeah.
Like it's so huge, like it's something different here in the country. And it's
Yeah.
gonna be, and I think the semi is gonna be insane. I really hope for you guys that you like soak in the atmosphere because it's gonna be packed and really like all the spectators are gonna freak out. I think it's gonna be the biggest and most exciting CrossFit competition in Europe so far. Like it's gonna be so good.
Oh, I'm getting like goosebumps. Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. And if you're like a person who can soak that in and take that power to your advantage, that's gonna be really cool. And if there's like an event that's really your wheelhouse, it's gonna be electric.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm also hoping for like a max lift, sort of, because I always PR my lifts during competitions. I really get like extra strong or a little bit less weak when there's a crowd. So I'm hoping for that.
Yeah. So thank you for being on the show. I think I've touched all my questions.
That's
Goodness.